Well, that was an interesting story about Fluffy the cat. Wouldn't you say, Katniss?
For sure. In other news, President John Adams will be sending 3 diplomats to France to negotiate in regards of French ships attacking American merchant ships. Here's William Bates with the aerial footage from last week.
As you can tell from this aerial footage from last week, this is a French ship ramming a random American ship in the middle of the ocean. The causes of this action are not intended. As you can tell, the American ship is on fire. It's in flames.
The goal of President Adams is to stop French ships from attacking American merchant ships. Let's hope these waters can become much safer for Americans.
Now we are going to be interviewing President John Adams in Washington. Hello, Mr. President.
Hello, Newsacre number 1.
How effective do you think sending diplomats to France will be?
This will be effective in the fact that the other countries around the world will have to force to see that America is an actual country and that we are not just a bunch of rebels running around like we were in previous years. This will show us that we have diplomatic force and that we can negotiate with other countries.
And what if the French respond with hostility?
Personally, I, John Adams, believe that I would fight an expensive war than pay 1 cent to tribute to their French army. We must stand as one country and have that patriotic being inside of us.
Mr. President, do you think this country is ready for another war?
Although our army may be weak and our navy even weaker, there is a deep sense of patriotic pride in the American people, and I believe that we would be able to defeat any army that attacked the American nation. Plus, on the other hand, we have George Washington ready to come out of retirement to attack these French soldiers.
Is George Washington physically fit to come out of retirement?
I believe that Washington is a great man, and although he may be physically less than he was when he was in his younger years, he is mentally stable and ready to command an army that would defeat a French army.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your time tonight.
And now we're going to interview George Washington about the current affairs. Hello, Mr. Washington.
Hello, anchor person number 2.
What's your take on the current events, Washington?
We have been a neutral party in all of the Anglo-French conflicts, and the fact that the French are attacking us for our neutrality is completely stupid, so if they're going to be attacking us, then let's get back at them.
How exactly do you plan on getting back at the French?
Well, if they don't agree to simply stop attacking our ships, then we'll just have to go to war.
How do you think Britain will react if we attack the French?
Well, seeing as we were caught in the middle of an Anglo-French conflict, I'm thinking that the British would most likely come to our aid in our endeavors against the French.
Are you for sure he's coming out of retirement?
I'm for sure he's coming out of retirement if it so comes to this.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Washington. And now we have a live testimony from a fisherman who was on the merchant ship that was attacked.
Well, we were just minding our own business, throwing out our lines, and we were attacked by some French ships. I don't know how it happened, but now I know that we're down 3 ships this year, and we have barely any more to spare. We've lost countless numbers of men, and I'm afraid to go out on the waters.
This is all very interesting. Wouldn't you say, Katniss?
Breaking news. We have just received word that the French foreign ministers, referred to here as X, Y, and Z, refused to take the American diplomats seriously, and even demanded that we pay them money in tribute. We are now going live to 2 out of the 3 American diplomats in Paris. Here are the 2 diplomats ready to make their statement.
We have been treated poorly these last 2 days trying to negotiate with the French foreign ministers. First of all, we weren't able to attack to the foreign minister himself. Instead, we were forced to talk to a couple of his
lackeys.
Yeah, there we go. And it was just, we were treated poorly and unfairly, and we were treated as if we were in a nation, and we weren't going to stand for it. So we chose to refuse the bribe, and went back to John Adams saying that we refused to pay tribute, and we'd rather go to war.
We now have a statement from a French foreign minister.
Mr. X, will you please answer the statement?
Now we are going to President John Adams, on this closing thoughts on this XYZ affair.
I strongly believe that this incident will show the French country and other countries that the American country is strong and able to stand its own ground, that we are a patriotic country, that we are a strong country, and that we are a country of individual thoughts. Good night, America. Stay classy.